All right. So I am directly going to my MATLAB online, and you can also open it if you have or you are installed MATLAB, right? Now last week what we have done, let me recall. So for that, let I open that document. Yes. Okay. So last week we have seen the difference in the cell array, the table and the simple array. Simple array we all know how to handle in MATLAB because we have performed so many experiments in DSP. Now we convergent about the simple array which used to represent vectors or matrices. And then we have seen a cell array, collection of different kinds of, you can say array is a cell array, and table is a, you can say ordered, or you can say organized representation of the different, you can say arrays. Then it is called the table. Table has some headings also that we have seen. Then we have seen how to read and write in spreadsheet like XLS file or even in CSV file. So you can handle the Excel file or CSV file using some MATLAB function like XLS write, XLS read. So you can read something from Excel, you can write something to Excel at a specified location, right? Specified data. You can create a table in MATLAB. So you have a function called table. So you can create a table, okay, from some workspace variable. So you have workspace variable means you have some arrays or some cell array. From that you can create the table. You can read a table means you can create table from file. So you can read the tabular values from the Excel file or some other format file, CSV files and text files also, right? Write table, you can write the table if you have that in MATLAB into the Excel file or CSV file. Then you have two important functions, load and save. So that save is used to save the workspace variable into the file. So you can save your arrays or cell arrays or table into some mat file, mat file, right? That is a MATLAB data file. OK. And similarly, you can load this particular mat file, right? And from that you load the variables into the workspace of the MATLAB. So if you use this for temporary storage, you don't want to save it to the Excel file, then intermediately you can save it in a mat file and load the data from the mat file, and finally you can save it into the Excel file, right? So that you can see. Then date utility, we have seen it returns the string of today's date. We have seen how to handle the cell array tables, right? That we have seen how to read and write to the Excel file, right? So that I think you have practiced enough because I have floated this document also on the MS Team. We have seen the load and save functionality, right? How to handle the .mat files. And then we end at this point where we have seen the introduction to financial toolbox, right? And we are at this point where we have data pre-processing in the date formats, because the date formats are very, you can say, important to understand. That creates lots of problem when we handle the data. So I am going with this small things in a detail. OK, so MATLAB supports so many date formats. These are listed here. It is also there in the help file of the MATLAB. I have just listed here in my Word file, right, which is I have also uploaded on the MS Team. And you can see there are so many formats. Basically, there are three things with the date, the month and the year. In so many ways it can be specified. Sometimes along with the date, it is also necessary to specify a time. In a stock market data, that is also necessary. Suppose you are not working with the daily close, but you are working with the hourly or minute or say 5 minutes data, then it is necessary to specify the hours, minute and seconds also. Seconds may not be that much important, but hours and minutes are there to specify. Also in some other field of data science, the seconds are also important. So sometimes it is necessary to know the hours, minute and second, right? So timestamp of the data. So there are so many ways need not to remember, right? Basically you have this month, date and year we require in our subject. OK. So let me today see how to handle these dates. OK. Now internally, all dates inside the MATLAB. This is very important statement. I hope you are able to read it. If you're not able to read it, tell me so I can increase this size. It is right now 100%. If you're not able to read this text on your screen, you just tell me, because I don't know whether you are able to read it or not. Is it OK? Shall I move ahead?
Yes, sir.
OK, so in MATLAB, there is one reference date. It is a software, because in software, when it is working with the data, it has to define some reference value, right? Because handling of date is not that much simple. Date itself is a very, you can say, complicated kind of thing, the calendar. OK. So in MATLAB software, there is a reference date which is called the serial date number 1, and it is assigned to January 1, 0000 AD. I hope you know AD, right? Its full name is Anno Domini, and it is Latin for in the year of the Lord. Basically, it is related to the birth of the Jesus Christ. I hope you all know these things, right? I'm not going in any of the detail, but the reference date means serial date number 1. So in MATLAB, date number 1 means what? It is January 1, 0000 AD. That's it. And based on it, all the dates up to today and future dates, right, are assigned the number that is called serial date number. Similarly, in Excel also such thing is there. So when Excel or basically MS Office installed on your computer, this thing is there internally there. So MATLAB also has its, Excel also has its own algorithm to count the date number, but that is different from MATLAB. So Excel serial number for date and MATLAB serial number for dates are different. Today we see this by illustration. OK, so that's you should remember. So financial toolbox works internally with serial date number. So we need to know what is the serial date number assigned to each and every date. Now there are so many functions associated with this, and basically I am skipping this. You can read it, that dates can be represented in so many ways and others. Yeah, we need to now know these two functions, date string and date vector, right? There are two important functions, date vector. So it convert the date and time to vector of components, because date itself is a vector. Why it is a vector? Because it has components like the date itself, the month, the year, the hour, the minutes, and the seconds. So there are 6 components, and each component itself is an array, right? Because date requires 2 characters or 2 digits, month requires 2 digits, or if it is in a word, it requires 3 words or 3 characters. So that itself is an array. So date itself is a vector, and the components of vector itself are the vectors. So I hope you understand this. OK, so we see this function date vector and date string. Now you say, if you write date like this 17 May 1919 between dash in between, then it's like a string if it is between a single quote. So in an ordinary software like C, we can handle it like a string also, but handle it like a string is very difficult when we use this kind of algorithms for the financial system. So let me see how to handle the date string. So date string is a function that converts a serial date number to one of the 19 different date string output formats, showing date, time, and or both. So that formats are illustrated here. So we see this function. So let I go strictly to the MATLAB, and then we will see some other functions like now and today, which displays the today's date, right? Now is current date and time as serial date number. OK, then there are so many functions, how to find day of month, hour of the month, month of the date, right? Minutes, right? So you can refer to this function. The list is available here. Sometimes it may be useful. Also, there is important function M to X date. It is MATLAB serial date to Excel serial date converter. So that's required because we are handling the Excel files. So we need M to X date converter. And similarly, we have opposite function X to M date. As I mentioned, the serial date number for MATLAB and Excel are different. OK, then we have some functions related to business calendar format. However, this business calendar mostly related to the US markets. So it has less utility for us when we handle the Indian markets, but some functions are useful. We can find next or previous business day, then we can find the holiday. But however, this is based on the US calendar. So we have certain different thing than this. So these functions may not be much useful to us. However, if you handle some US data, say New York Stock Exchange data, then it will be very much helpful. So these are the functions that I listed only for your reference. OK, otherwise, if it require, we can use, right? So these are the things. And then we see this experiment 1. Before that, let me go to MATLAB online. So I will, yeah. I hope this MATLAB is visible. Concentrate on my command prompt. Let I type help date number. This is the function. So let I make it larger. Yes. So you can see No need to remember anything. Anytime you will use this help of the MATLAB. So it provides us the serial number. So what is input to it? We have to input the date in particular format, right? We have to input date in particular format. Now it supports so many formats. Here V is a vector, right? That is the date vector. But if it is in a particular format, we have to also specify it is in a which format. So basically two parameters are needed, the S and the F. F is the format, okay, and S represents the date string, okay. So it is a date string and then the format, or if we have date vector directly available, we can feed only date vector. So these years, months, etc. separated, then there is no issue. If it is a string, we have to also specify string is in which format, okay. These two formats are sufficient. There are other variants that you can refer, okay. So let I type today. Today is a function which specifies this. So what it's this? Can anybody tell me? Is today is 7:38,385 day? What is this? From my discussion, can anybody tell me what this 3738385?
Unix timestamp.
It is a date number. You can say assigned or serial date number assigned by MATLAB to today's date. So 17th August 2021 has only this value, right? Because the reference date is 1st January 0000. So today's date based on this, from that this many days are passed. Okay. So that is the unique serial number assigned to today's date. Okay. So MATLAB cannot handle this date string. It can handle, but very difficult. So instead of handling by date string, if we handle by some serial date number, that will be easier. Now if I type now, you can see it is the same 7383, then it is something 9e plus 05. So if you convert into number, it will be slightly different compared to today. So it is including date as well as time. So it is a serial number assigned to today's date and the time at which I typed or executed this command, right? Now how to know is it okay or not? Let me use this function date vector, and sorry, I have not assigned any variable. Let I write today. Let me see what happens. Now see what you are getting. 2021 8/17/000, because today only returns the date, not the time. So time vector 000, hour, minute, seconds are 0. So in a first component of this answer, which is itself is a vector, you can see this is itself is a vector. OK, is a 2021, its value is 2021, then 8 related to August, 17 today's date, exact date 17, then hour, minute, second, it will not return because the today is a function which only handles date, not the time. If I want to know the time also, for this your clock must be synchronized with network, right? That require. Then you can see it is 10 raised to 3 multiplied by 2.021. So it is 2021, then 8, 17, and then time also, right? So it depends on the your clock. It depends on the clock. If your clock is not properly set or not synchronized, it may return the incorrect value. But we are not right now bother about time. So don't worry about time, but mainly we bother about the dates. OK, so in that way we can dissect the date string or date serial. Right now we have dissected date serial number, right? Now how to handle date string? OK, so for that I told you we have some other functions. So let I go again to my Word document. So far we have seen this date vector function DATEVEC. Now let I say date number and I type one string 17/08/2021 simply. This is a string in a single quote, and let me see. It not returns correct value. It's not the correct value of this. So let me again help date number. Why it is not correct? Why it is not returning correct value? Because in date number you have to specify either date vector only, which has already dissected the components, or you have to return the string with format S and F. OK, we have not specified here the format. So let I try to specify the format. So I have this string in which format? Let me see. We have specified in dd dash mm dash YY. Suppose it is not supporting, then it will tell something else. OK. Yes, 7388385. Is it correct? What answer we get earlier? It was there 7388385. Let me scroll. Yes, 738385. Right. So see, we have specified here as a string character, right? Array of characters, and then what its meaning is also specified, or format is also specified. Is it clear? Or any doubt? I have taken two functions, date vector, date number. Is it clear? All right. So let me now move to our experiment 1. What is specified in experiment 1? So let me go to Word document quickly. So in experiment 1, what we need to do is this. So we have to do the basic data handling right now. There are so many parts of experiment 1. We are in part A only, because next time we will complete part B related to cash flow. So read the Excel file in MATLAB as a table. So you will be given one Excel file. I will share it on the MS Team, right? I will share one Excel file. The file contains the cash flow. Let I open that file also. So let I open this file. So many things. Yeah. OK. So this is my Excel file. It contains the very simple file right now I have in a sheet number 1. It contains a security number, date of cash flow. See here in MATLAB, it is in this format. When I have this data entered, remember, right click and its format is in a date. So I hope you know. Right now my PC is slow, but you right click on it and you set it as a format and date. And in a date you can set in so many formats. I have set it to DD, MM, YYY, and OK, I am working with the UK English, Indian English India, right? OK, so that format is to be followed. So its date format is also 17/8/2021 here on my screen, and same format I have used in my Excel file. It is dd-mm-yyyy. And then I have amount, which is a simple number, and negative indicates the I have invested, and positive number indicates I got the cash flow, right? That's the simple meaning of it. OK. In Excel, sometimes the negative numbers are also written inside bracket. So don't confuse with this. Some numbers which are negative cash flow indicated inside the bracket. They also indicate loss, and numbers without bracket indicates profit. So that should be remembered. Anyway, right now we have this file. OK, so let I go to my statement. So this file contains this thing. I have to read this file in MATLAB and create table in MATLAB and convert the date vector to components. So I have to dissect this. I'm taking very simple experiment right now to dissect this, OK, in a components. And then I have to find date serial number for each date. And then from MATLAB serial date, I will convert it to the Excel serial date. I will store this table data in some mat file. So from this table data, I create a mat file now. I have I read Excel file in the MATLAB workspace, created a table. From table, I have done some processing, dissected date vector, OK, converted the MATLAB serial date into Excel serial date, then store this same table data into mat file. Hope you recall the mat file handled using save and load function. Then delete this table from MATLAB workspace. So let we assume that the data get deleted from the MATLAB workspace. However, we have that data in mat file. It's an intermediate storage. Then create this table again from the .mat file. This is just an illustration, and store the table back in Excel file. So I want to get my Excel file back, even though my data deleted in the MATLAB, and store also the MATLAB and Excel serial date number in the Excel file. So in that say other Excel file, you have to create the original table and also store the MATLAB created serial date and Excel created serial date. OK, and observe entry in the new file for the dates. I am taking this very small experiment. It is an hypothetical, but it's a very important when we deal the actual data. Without that, it's difficult. So let we understand this program. First of all, I have used this read table function. And before what I will do, I share this experiment1 file with you. So you can also do something because otherwise you cannot do anything. Let I go to my team platform and I will share it. I will try to share it on the chat box. So let I share this Excel file. Computer is slow, please bear with it. Upload from my computer. And it is on a desktop. File name is experiment1. I just shared. Hopefully some of you got it. Some of you will got in a short time. So if you got it, just download and open it. It's very simple file. Please tell if there is any problem because I don't know what problem you are facing. So please tell me your problem. I try to solve as far as possible. All right, so I hope this part is clear. Shall I move to now MATLAB again? Shall I move to MATLAB?
Yes, sir.
OK, so let I move to this MATLAB. I have so many things open, so please don't worry about it. Yeah. So my first function is a read table, but from where? From experiment1.xls. Now you have the MATLAB online. So be sure that your experiment1.xlsx file is also stored in MATLAB Drive. So when you create a login with MATLAB Drive, online MATLAB, then you have allocated one drive, MATLAB Drive. So all your MATLAB files means .m file or any other thing will be stored in MATLAB Drive only. It will not access your local computer. See, remember this difference in working online on a cloud and working locally. So that local computation and cloud computation are different. All right. So when you have MATLAB online, place your Excel file into MATLAB Drive. So you have access to some small storage space in the MATLAB Drive. So place your Excel file there. Or if you are working on your local computer, you have MATLAB installed on your computer, then place it in a working directory where you are storing your .m file. OK. So I hope that particular thing is clear. And I have written this file is here. OK. If you are storing at any other path, then you have to write the full path, the root directory C, D or E, and then the folder name and then subfolder name and then file name. OK. Otherwise, you place it in a working directory or MATLAB Drive. So you need not to specify the full path. So don't make this error. Otherwise, MATLAB will say it's not able to open the file. OK. Then I need to dissect it. I have to find its parts, which for what? For only the date. So if I see, let I execute only first command. So it will be easier to understand. Let me see what happens. And first of all, let me open this experiment1 file also in MATLAB. See, this experiment1.xls file I have stored in the MATLAB Drive. So let I double click on it. So MATLAB will also open the Excel file. Don't worry about it. The windows are very small. Yeah. Yes, here it is open. You can see the same Excel file is opened here. MATLAB is very powerful. And you can see whatever be the first row in our Excel file, security number, date of cash flow. This is the full name, date of cash flow, right? And amount rupees. These are assigned the heading, right? So the first, whatever in the first row is heading, and then these are data in the different columns. So that's same we are reading in a table. So let I execute the command on the command prompt instead of executing a whole file. And let me see what happens. See, so it will create one table T, and you can see these are heading, security number, date of cash flow, amount RS, then underscore. We have typed amount RS dot. So in MATLAB, there is a restriction. Variable cannot end with the dot. So that's why it has converted this into underscore. So remember, it will also give the warning. Column headers from the file were modified to make them valid MATLAB identifiers before creating variable names for the table. So read this comment also for warning, and it has done this thing, right? If you want to avoid, you can do this, but let me okay with that. Whatever MATLAB do, it is good for us, so we accept it. And then you can see this date of cash flow. I have in my Excel file, it was in MMDD YYYY form. All things are in numerals, but see, its default format is this DD triple M, which is a character, and 4 Ys, right, which are numbers. So this is a default format that's used by the MATLAB. So it has converted these dates into its default format. So I hope you understand, even though we have entered in a DD MM YYYY form inside MATLAB, when I opened the Excel or also when I created a table, it is converted in this. To clear this, let I once again show my Excel file. Show. See, in Excel file, it was in this format, right? But here it is in this format. This is the default MATLAB format. All right. Don't worry, it's just a conversion from one format to another format. What is my next target? I have to convert only the data in this column, which is in a heading with date of cash flow. OK, its heading is date of cash flow. You can see this is the heading. So we use this heading. So I have to access T dot date of cash flow. Just recall the dot convention that I introduced last time. So all the data in this column T dot date of cash flow is to be passed to this function date vector, and it will return 6 things: the year, the month, the date, the hour, the minutes, and second. So let me see by executing this command. Sure. You can see now all these different arrays are created. Why? 2011, 2011, 12, 13, 14. Why? Because the first one is 11, second one is 11, then third one 12, 13, 14. OK, then in month it is 1, 3, 3, 3, 1. So you can see 1st January, then 31st March, 31st March, 31st March, and last is also 1 January. So 1, 3, 3, 3, 3, 1. Then dates 1, 31, 31, 31, 1. OK, right now hour, minutes, seconds, not important because we are dealing only with the dates. Time right now not important. OK, so that vector is 0. Now this I want to know what is the date number. So I use another function DATENUM, date number. For what? For this vector YMD. I have already this dissected information available. So date number can accept two things: either date vector means vector value, or if you have a string, then you have to specify the string in which format. Now I have string in my Excel, which is already there in the dissected component in this vector. OK, in this component. So I pass this component to this. No need to specify it is in which format because obviously it is dissected value. OK, so let I type this and assign to some variable. Say MATLAB serial date. MATSER date is my variable name, and date number to this date vectors. And you can see it is date numbers for all this: 1st January 2011, then 31st March 2011 up to 1st January 2014. All right. Now this is MATLAB serial date number. Excel also internally handle the dates by serial number. That you probably don't know till this time. Some of you may know, I don't know, but most of you may not know. So we have a function M2X I have written this function in my help file or Word file. OK, so let me pass this MATLAB serial date to this function, and we know what is Excel serial date. So in this array, let me create Excel serial date. So yeah, now you can see it is different. It is 440, 544, and like that. So this series is different. The MATLAB serial date and Excel serial date is different. Excel has some another reference. MATLAB has some another reference. Now I have to store all the different arrays or all the columns of my Excel file in some workspace variable. Say Y1 store my T dot security number, Y2 store my T dot cash flow, Y3 store my T dot amount RS underscore I have used. Even though I have typed RS dot, MATLAB has converted into this heading underscore RS underscore. So use this MATLAB convention only, and I store it in a 3 different arrays or 3 different workspace variables. Okay, so let I store it. Now I have these things in a 3 different variable. I have placed semicolon, so you can know type y1. You can say it is 1. Security number is 11. Then y2 is string of date. Yes, it is default format. Y3 is the third column. It is amount, right, of cash flow. OK. Now, what is my next task? I have to save this all columns into my mat file, which is the MATLAB file, right? Matrix file. So I'll give it name backup.mat. So I use this save function. Last time I have introduced this save, then in single quote backup.mat, and which variables I have to save in this mat file, the y1, y2 and y3. So all 3 variables in a single quote. So let I execute this. So they are in a safe place. So when you work in a MATLAB, place the variables in a safe place in some matrix file. So later on when we need, we can utilize it. OK, so it is saved in backup.mat file, and you can see here in MATLAB drive this particular file get created. Yeah, it is backup.mat. See, this is the backup.mat. It is the data file. All right. Then let I assume these variables get deleted. So I execute this command to simulate deleted variables. So the table clear T, clear y1, y2, y3, everything get deleted. The table itself and the columns that are stored in the variables y1, y2, y3 all get deleted. So now you can see from workspace there is no T. So now there is no table. This T variable is not there. It is get deleted from memory. MATLAB workspace, it is deleted. Same way y1, y2, y3. But sometimes I need all these variables back. So what I can use load function. Simply I have to type load backup.mat and let I execute here. And if I execute this here, you can see in workspace what happens. This all things y1, y2, y3, right? All things get returned. All this variable y1, y2. See, y1 is a simple array, y3 is a simple array, but y2 is a date time array, right? So you can see it is a date time array. So it is in this particular MATLAB default format. So these 3 returned. OK. Now I have to recreate a table from this. I have to recreate the table because my table get deleted. I have to recreate a table. So I use another again the name of the heading of my columns, a security number is equal to y1, because in y1 I get this 1111. Date of cash flow, which is my second heading, is equal to y2, which is my date, and amount is y3. And now I create the table again using the function table. So this creates the table in MATLAB only, not in Excel, in a MATLAB. OK, and create table in MATLAB with all this heading: security number, date of cash flow, and amount. So these 3 are heading. OK, not only this, in the new table I have to store the MATLAB serial date. So let I create another heading, MATLAB serial date and the Excel serial date, which already I have stored in another 2 variable, mat serial date and Excel serial date. OK, so I have now 5 columns, 3 original and 2 additional, and this is in a MATLAB still. So what I do, write table, which table? T. OK, to what? Say new file, experiment1a.xlsx. So this particular file will be created in the MATLAB drive or in your local computer. OK, that contains this table T. Let we execute all this after load. So let I take this on command prompt, Control C. Sorry, Control V. Yes, it's all get executed. T is again created, right? And you can see it has now 5 columns. The other 2 columns are MATLAB serial date and Excel serial date. And let we see my drive. Yes, my drive has one or more files. See, experiment1, which I have stored, and experiment1a created by MATLAB. So now you can see this is the Excel file which I opened here, and you can see it has now 5 columns, 3 original. OK, you can see MATLAB has stored the dates in its own default format because we have not specified that format. It's OK. We can convert that in another format in Excel if we need. And then you can see this MATLAB serial date and Excel serial date for our reference we have stored, because when we want again to do some processing, it is better to store this MATLAB serial date, Excel serial date, because the dates, instead of handling by string, we can handle by numbers. So I hope this is very important fundamental thing which we use in future. But exactly it should be clear to all of you. Tell me if any problem till this point. Any point you are not getting. I have shared this program with you so you can practice. I have shared the experiment file. You can create your own Excel file also and practice for it. It's fun to have this right with the MATLAB. And you can see how easily the MATLAB handles Excel, even CSV file. If you please, you can handle CSV file. So do experiment. Any doubt so far? This is only part of our first experiment. Actually, we have to do so many other financial analytics on it. This is just a simple file handling, data handling. Not getting any question, so I understand it is OK. Let I go my Word document again with taking a pause of half minute. OK, so this part we have cleared, but hopefully you practice. Now we go with the next thing that is very important, financial data analytics. All right, so there are so many functions to do the financial data analytics, and so far let me understand the functions related to the cash flow that compute interest rate and rate of returns, present or future value, depreciation streams and annuities. That's what we have learned in theory. Here learning theory is OK, it's important, but applying in practice needs huge amount of concentration. OK, because when you handle such data practically, you need some concentration. So there are some functions in the MATLAB which do same thing that we have understood in the theory. OK, so we have these functions to calculate present and future value like PV fix. So it finds the present value with fixed periodic payments. You recall the coupon bond. The coupon bond has fixed periodic payment. So if you want to find the present value of the future payments, then you can use these functions. Now you need not to solve this series that we have solved in our theory class. OK, you can do it automatically. But why we are learning theory? Without that, you will not feel that why this thing is done, right? Why this thing is required. So it is there. And suppose if it is a varying cash flow, means it is not periodic, then we have a function PVVAR. If you have periodic, we can use PV fix. If you have variable date cash flow, then we can use PVVAR, means it is not periodic. You might have heard the name of SIP. Heard the name of SIP? Please tell yes or no. Yes, yes, yeah. What is its full form?
Oh, that I don't know. I know the
It is
logic.
a systematic investment plan. OK, many mutual funds today are propagating this term. Say do SIP, do SIP. So what is it? Means monthly or weekly or even yearly. Means at regular period you invest some small amount in the particular fund, and at a long time it will get accumulated to a higher value. OK, but that payments that you are doing is a periodic. Now blindly people are investing in it, but people like you, what should you do? First of all, count how many payments I will do and count its present value, because you have a future cash flow. Your 1000, say you are doing 1000 amount SIP, means every month. So say for 6 years. So for 6 multiplied by 12, for 72 cash flows will be there. But that 72 cash flows are in future at different dates. So you can use this function to calculate what is the present value of this particular amount that you will pay in future. OK, and then how much return you get from that fund, there is expected return that we will see the concept in the theory lecture later on, expected return. And then you can compare it with the expected return. OK, so we need to know the present value of all this cash flow. So it may be periodic. In case of SIP, it is periodic. But suppose you are doing lump sum investment, then it may be non-periodic. OK, so you can use these two functions. So let me see this function in a MATLAB. Similarly, we have a future value function. So if you know the present value, then you can calculate the future value. You just recall your theoretical equation, the present value and future value. So FV fix, FV VAR. there is one another function FV discounted. So discounted security, the discounting value we will see later on. Then you want to calculate different rate of return. So we have seen effective rate of return. So we have this EFFRR function, which calculates the effective annual rate of return, depends on compounding every year. Okay, so we have this function. Then we have IIR, internal rate of return. We have seen the internal rate of return related to bond payment. So that is also one kind of rate of return. Then nominal rate of return. Yes, that is also important. Nominal rate of return that company specifies is a nominal rate of return. Okay, XIRR, internal rate of return for non-periodic cash flow. So IIR used whenever the cash flows are periodic, but if you have non-periodic, use the XIRR. XIRR is also very common term used by the mutual fund industries and pension funds. They specify the return as XIRR. Suppose you have started investment and you get a periodic statement. You may ask to your father or mother or your brother or sister who are doing this task and ask just them, have you read your mutual fund or NPS means pension statement? Are they specifying XIRR? And have you understand what that means? Or are you happy with the term or happy with the number that they are giving? Have you understood it? You just ask this question, okay? And then take all that data into statement and try to enter this data in MATLAB and calculate that XIRR with this function. You do this. It's a very simple thing. OK, so that is an internal rate of return for non-periodic cash flow. If you have taxation with that related, then also you can calculate after tax rate of return. That is another issue. Right now we eliminate this taxation from our discussion because that will be too much complication. Then later on we can incorporate it. OK, so let I go to MATLAB again. And we study this functions by using its help. And I have plotted so many examples here, which you can do yourself because so many things we have to learn in this subject, although simple, but difficult to understand if you will not understand properly. OK, so do it yourself. Something that I am mentioning, all things I cannot cover in a limited time. OK, let we see help of these functions. And then I will assign you this task as an assignment for this week's laboratory. OK, I will give this assignment. I will float this on MS Team. So this week you have to perform the experiment 1B. 1A I have done, right? I will give you this experiment 1B where you have to calculate the rate of return for the cash flow. I will provide you some Excel file with some realistic data. OK, and which kind of return I require, that also I will specify. So accordingly you have to use the function and write back your result, not anywhere but in an Excel file. Now you have to take Excel file as an input, Excel file as an output. Your MATLAB is a signal processing or data processing system. Hopefully you understand. Let me go to MATLAB. And let I type help PVVAR and you can see what is this. There are so many examples given in the function also. And let I now minimize this. OK, so we understand it is present value of the periodic cash flow. Sorry, varying cash flow, VR, variable cash flow. So you have to specify here cash flow vector and the rate vector. OK, and there is an optional DF, that is the date format. OK, a vector, this will always be there, a vector of serial date numbers. So that is always there. Let me see one example. See, it has taken this example. Say year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is there, and these are the different cash flows that happen after year 1, after year 2, after year 3, year 4 and 5. And the rate, the annual rate is 8%. It is specified, the rate is fixed right now. OK, so if you have this specified, you can write like this. See, it is PVVR. Why the first number is negative? Because I am paying. It is given that initial payment of this is made at this time, initial time. So $10,000 is paid initially, initial investment. So that is minus 10,000. Then 2,500. It is 2,000. Sorry, I am with this example. 2,500. Sorry, 2,000. Yeah, it is 2,000. Then 1,500 and so on. So these all are received amount. So it is positive. And rate of return is 0.08. And there are no date associated with it, but it is after every year. And yearly date is 8%. So no need to specify any date or any other conversion of this interest rate. The interest rate itself is an annual rate, right? and the data itself, cash flow itself are annual. So this is our cash flow vector, and rate of interest is 0.08. So present value of all this cash flow is how much? 1715.39. So by doing all this thing, means investing 10,000 and getting this many amounts in future at end of this year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5 at 8% rate, its present value of all this is 1715. That is my gain today. I hope you understand. In today's economy or at this point of time, if I do this, if I plan to do this, my today's gain means present value of my gain is 1715. It is not gain realized. I hope you understand this. Any doubt? Now suppose the cash flow is not at the end of every year, but it is at some date. So dates are specified like this, and cash flows are like this. Initial investment is this, and then we have this cash flows. Then we have to create one cash flow vector and one date vector. You can see, but it is created in some format. You can see it is df equal to in date string 1/12/1987 up to this, and then it is specified like this. PVVAR TF 0.009 is specified rate annual. You can see this is the rate, 9% is specified. OK, so investment rate and the terms are specified. So you can calculate now what is the present value. So by doing all these cash flows, means investing some amount and getting some amount at this dates, my present, OK, what I will gain $142.16, right? If you have a variable amount of rate, that also you can incorporate. So you can see this example in this. So the interest rates are variable, 7%, 9%, 11%. So MATLAB supports this, and you can also take this example, right? But date format is there because the dates are specified like this. So by doing all these steps, this much investment, this much returns at this date, at this variable rate, what after this, that you know by calculating PV. So when you encounter any statement, analyze like this. What is its present value, right? What is the present value? And it may come negative. It may come negative. So that's you can check. OK, so I hope you understand this function. Similarly, the time is now not much left. So I just quickly introduce this other function like IRR, which we have understood, internal rate of return. OK, internal rate of return. So let I go to MATLAB and you type help IRR. See, IRR is a complicated function, and for that they have provided the reference of some books also, from which I have taken the theoretical calculation principles of corporate finance, right? So that is specified. So this IRR function, see, it takes the cash flow vector as an input, and then based on your years or dates, it will calculate the rate of return. It will calculate the rate of return. So you go through this example, and then it will calculate this rate of return by providing cash flows and date as inputs. OK, so that also you can do. And then you refer to this XIRR. Most statements specify this XIRR. So there is a MATLAB function XIRR, and you see how the XIRR is working. Again, this example is given. It is cash flow and dates, but here the cash flows are not at periodic interval, but at non-periodic interval. OK, so here cash means like signals are not having a periodicity. Here it is a non-periodic, irregular amplitude at different intervals. So it's like that. OK. And with that also you can calculate the rate of return. Manually, this is very difficult. It's a highly nonlinear equation. If you try to solve this polynomial, you will encounter a very difficult situation. You may have a transcendental equation. OK. And then last one that you need to study is the nominal rate of return function. So you study this NOMRR function. So NOMRR, you type help NOMRR, and it will calculate nominal rate of return. So all these terminologies we have studied in theory, you map it with the practical, right? What is nominal rate of return? What is effective rate of return? What is internal rate of return? Okay, and what is internal rate of return with non-periodic payment? Okay, so that's it from my side today. If you have any question, you can ask me quickly, or you can float it in a next lecture also. But I request you all to learn these functions from this MATLAB help. I will float the assignment for this week's laboratory on the MS team. You have to solve it yourself. And whatever we have done today, the Excel file reading and Excel file writing inside the MATLAB. So remember always Excel will be my input, MATLAB is a data processing, and Excel will be output. That's it. Okay. So always we do it like this. I want results only in Excel. So you have to, when you submit your assignment, I want your results only in the Excel files. So next time we will go to more theoretical discussion with risk and return. So we will model this stock not only with return, but there is a second term which will come risk. By variance, return will be there with the mean and return will be modeled by the variance. Okay, so next time we will start with this. And I hope you also have started with the probability and statistics. So we need some help from that also, like probability distributions and all other things. So be ready for it. So I'm unsharing my screen. Yeah, anybody wants to ask anything? I stop recording.